Everyone, I'm Julie Hurigan-Roos, the CEO of FAMS. With the onset of the corona outbreak in 2020, the government implemented its social distancing policy to limit the spread of the virus throughout the community. While necessary to protect the health of Australians, this policy has significantly changed the way workers have engaged with clients. From the end of March 2020 and through the 12 weeks of lockdown, FAMS hosted twice weekly online conversations with our network. We learned that you adapted traditional service delivery as quickly and effectively as you could to remain connected to families in a rapidly changing and challenging context. You stood those practices back up in June 2021 when Greater Sydney went back into lockdown. Out of necessity, you've been required to experiment with alternate modes of service delivery. This includes being required to conduct the bulk of service delivery online and over the telephone. While this has created new opportunities for services, there is much that remains unknown regarding delivering family work using online technologies, including in relation to issues of privacy, safety, and the efficacy of providing interventions to vulnerable people in this way. Most of the available research has been conducted in online practice in a health context, with limited evidence available of working in child and family, child protection, and domestic violence contexts. In response, FAMS has partnered with Southern Cross Uni in a telepractice in family work study. Our report, The Pixelated Experiences of Workers and Managers, reflects what we learned through in-depth focus group interviews with people who responded to our call to participate in the study. A key finding was that participants thought a hybrid model of face-to-face and online service delivery was here to stay. From the outset, we always thought that we would develop the implementation resources and training to build the bridge between research and practice. However, while working with researchers at Southern Cross Uni, FAMS was invited to become involved in a parallel project, the NGO Telepractice venture, co-facilitated by Parenting Research Centre and Karatani. Over the course of about a year, this initiative developed some telepractice resources specifically for community services working with children, young people and families. Through other work, Parenting Research Centre has released a significant bank of telepractice resources which are freely available and on their website. So rather than reinvent the wheel, FAMS has put together an overview, a preparedness checklist, a resource guide and a self-evaluation form to connect you to the best evidence-informed telepractice tools to support your work. It's really important that as a sector, we acknowledge that if we had set out before COVID-19 to introduce telepractice to our suite of services, it would have taken years of research, a few random control trials, review of privacy and consent legislation, and probably several new platforms and databases before anyone felt remotely confident to move to a statewide rollout. The reality of the pandemic is that in 2020, we held our collective breath and dived in, because we knew that the safety and well-being of the children, young people, families and communities we served depended on us just getting on with it. Now it's time to take a step back, take a serious look at the systems and processes in your organisation and your individual practice. FAM's Telepractice Overview lists factors to be considered about your service's need and capacity to deliver telepractice services, taking into account both organisation and client competence. We've adapted a telepractice preparedness checklist, which includes step-by-step considerations from preparation to implementation across 6 domains: organisation preparation, worker preparation, planning, environment and your workspace, technology and equipment, and tips for working with families and carers as support. The Guide to Telepractice Resources is a matrix to help you navigate the dozens of free online evidence-informed resources to support your work. Lastly, the Telepractice Self-Evaluation provides some reflective questions so you can individually and as teams look at what's working and where there might be gaps. We know that everyone is in a different stage of their use, competence and confidence in telepractice, so there's a couple of ways for you to engage with us. For those who just want to get on with it, our Telepractice in Family Work study and all the telepractice resources are on our website under the Our Work drop-down menu. For those who want to move a little slower, FAMS will be hosting online forums in November 2021, where you can engage more deeply with the resources, ask us questions, and share resources with each other. Watch for dates in our weekly wrap. To support ongoing implementation and continuous improvement, We will also host Telepractice Communities of Practice, where you get to lead the conversation about where you're at and what you need from FAMS to support your use of Telepractice. We look forward to working with you over the next few months and into the future to get this work done.